mainly her not wanting to live in America anymore. And I get it, I really do. I talk about this a lot when I speak about hairstyles. It's not easy, especially when you had an upbringing. I went to a British school, so I can relate. There's just, and I'm not insulting America because I've chosen to live here, but there's a difference. Hi everyone, welcome back to No Light Time. My name is Hallie. So grateful to have you all. Let's get into this reading. I am doing usually I do a couples update, but for this subject I wanted to really give it my all. I wanted to see it from both sides. Divorce is never easy, so I wanted to really have respect for both people and really be intricate in this reading. So I'm doing about Jonas and Sophie Turner. I just want to be as respectful as possible. This is about learning, growing, so we're not going to be labeling people. Okay. It is interesting to see what's going to happen, how it led up to this point. So yeah, I will have timestamps up. Obviously it's not an easy subject. As a child of divorce, it pains me when I think about the children, because let's just hope that they are still kind to the children. It seems very heavy. The energy I get, especially when I shuffled, is very heavy, very, very heavy. So please bear with me. Let's get into it. So I pulled up past, present, future. And first, let me read the charts. I'm doing it old school. I usually have my laptop set up, but it's charging right now. Sophie, her chart, her sun is in Pisces, her moon is in Aries, her rising is in Cancer, and her Venus is in Aries. That's very interesting. Jonas, his sun is in Leo, moon is in Aquarius, rising is in Libra, and Venus is in Virgo. Very, very interesting. So I have done a video about, I did a live with Taylor Swift's exes. He was a part of that. So you might want to check that out. I did it like 2 weeks ago. Just go to the live tab and it'll be like 3 lives ago. And a lot of what I've picked up about him still seems true. Still seems, from what I can see from the cards. This is intuitive based. Not fact-based. Okay, so the past. I get the Empress, 2 of Wands, and 6 of Wands. So I see here in the past that obviously, when people meet one another, there's sparks. It's flying, sometimes when you look back after relationships have ended, you're like, how did things go so wrong, And I can see that in this case, because in the beginning it seemed like there was a lot of dreaming, 2 of Wands, planning for the future. It's almost like when he saw her, he had this idea that he wanted to make her into something, kind of like she was a muse. And yeah, kind of like she was a muse. She's very talented, Dark Phoenix is one of my favorite movies from Marvel. I think I'm actually watching tonight. And she's just very, very talented, and I can feel her energy. She's sun in Pisces, but her energy is very heavy. She just has very heavy energy. She carries a lot of burden. I think even since when she was a child, there's a lot of carrying of burden. Actually, now that I'm saying that, I'm remembering when a long time ago, when she had her first child, people were saying, oh yeah, she was freaking out at people a lot. And I can see that energy. That's what I feel, a lot of pain in her. I hope she's in therapy. I really feel like some people, and I feel like water signs do. I say this a lot about water signs. Sun in Pisces, Sun in Cancer, or Moon, Sun and Moon in Scorpio. I recommend that they have consistent therapy, you know, because they can bottle up their emotions and then explode, and they need to have somebody to talk them out with. So with the present being 10 of Wands, 4 of Coins, and the Strength card, it's not going to be easy. She's going to be quiet for some time, but I get a lot of sneaky behavior from his side. A lot of, we're going to get back together. And I've had an ex like this, trust me, it lasted 5 years. It was horrible. I never married him. But it just brings back memories of that. And I don't want to label him as a narcissist, because like I said, I don't know him. I've only ever really felt like that about one person. But I've been like, this textbook, and that was Tom Sandoval. But with this, I don't really want to label him, but he has some tendencies that seem narcissistic to me. And he loves to play the cat and mouse with her of, we're getting back together. You see how this lion is like kind of being sneaky? He'll be like, we're getting back together. We're not getting back together. That kind of stuff. Like, we're gonna work on our marriage. We're not married anymore. Like, push and pull, push and pull, push and pull. And it's caused her to distance herself from him. I've said this before when I was talking about Justin Bieber. A lot of Sun and Pisces I know, I've had an ex do this to me. Instead of dealing with situations up front, they'll disappear. And I'm an Aquarius, we do that too. But it's a different kind of disappear. It's a disappear to like, to never resolve anything, you know? Because they've already decided it's over, and that's it. So she decided before that it's over. But she just wanted him to pull the plug. That's basically it. So, with the future being Page of Wands, 8 of Swords, and the World, I get the sense that she doesn't even want to live in these states anymore. And it's so funny. I used to live, if it's the house I'm thinking of, I live in Miami. If it's the house I'm thinking of, I used to live very close to that house. I still live close. I moved in January, but I used to live extremely close to that house. Like 2-3 blocks away. If it's the house I'm thinking of, because it looks very similar to this house I used to live close to. Because sometimes the picture looks a little different, but it looks very similar. And yeah, I still live very, very close to it. Very, very close to it. And I still live close to it because I live in the neighborhood adjacent to it. So it's just very interesting that that's happening. So I see them, mainly her not wanting to live in America anymore. And I get it, I really do. You know, I talk about this a lot when I speak about hairstyles. It's not easy, especially when you had an upbringing. I went to a British school, so I can relate. There's just, and I'm not insulting America because I've chosen to live here, but there's a different energy. You know, I think the education system that I grew up with is better. Even if you go to a private school, it's just more linear. It's more, excuse me, not linear thinking. It's more open-minded. Because I feel like, I don't know, school systems here I found, could be wrong, just very one-way thinking. There's not a lot of critical thinking. And I think she's just very nostalgic of London, of England, and she just wants to move back. I see that a lot. She's going to be protecting herself. Right now, she's just thinking about herself. For the next year, it's going to be like that. It's almost like she's in survival mode. I think this might bring up, I think she's a child of divorce. I haven't looked up anything about her, but I get it's bringing up a lot of childhood issues. I don't want to say what, because she deserves that privacy, but we've all been there. I mean, I've said this before, I'm a child of divorce. So it's not easy, trust me, especially when you are in a relationship and you realize, oh my gosh, I feel like this because this happened to me when I was a child. I feel like that because this happened to me when I was a child, you know? And I think when she was a child growing up, her automatic response was just like, shut everything out. And that's what she's doing to him. And she's attaching her children to him too, because I feel like he's going to use them against her, excuse me. So tough. It's very, very, very tough situation. Bottom of the deck is Page of Cups. And she's going to develop the courage. I don't want to label her. I was looking at YouTube on my TV and I saw this thing pop up, and she's partying with people. People don't know what people are going through, okay? So please don't judge people on that manner. You really don't know what she's going through. And I just really wish her well. I was saying this about Nick Jonas and his family when I did about Priyanka Chopra. I really feel like there's like some fakeness about their family. I get the sense that, and this is when I used to watch, I don't know a lot about the Jonas Brothers, okay? But I used to watch this E! Show that they had, because I love reality TV, always have. That's like my free time, that's all I watch. So I was watching this E! Show that they did, this reality show, and the eldest brother, I don't even know his name, I don't remember, but I remember the girl, the wife, her name was Danielle, and he was so mean to her. I mean, obviously it's edited, but I was like, wow, this is not very nice. I don't even remember his name, Steve, something like that. But I was just like, wow, these Jonas Brothers. I don't know one Jonas Brothers song, so I'm not a Jonas Brothers fan. But there's something that just comes across to me about them that's very fake, you know, very contrived. And that's what I said about Nick Jonas and Priyanka Chopra's relationship. I'm getting some energy from Joe Jonas like that too. And I think he was trying to be fake. He was trying to have this persona to the world of like a happily married couple that she didn't want. I think on her end, she wanted more privacy, but he wanted to be public, you know? So 9 of Coins, 2 of Swords, 8 of Wands, yes. Where she wanted, like, and they would often go back and forth about it. But that's also a cultural thing. They would go back and forth about it. She was like, I grew up with privacy. I want my children to have privacy. He was like, but I grew up in the limelight. You know, it's apples and oranges, really. Ace of Swords and 9 of Cups. But I really don't see a couple like this making it. Especially a Sun and Leo, Sun and Pisces. I think it's like the 2 worst combinations ever. But I really wish them the best. And I especially wish her the best, because I can see some darkness around her energy that's not from her, but just wish her well, please, everybody, and stop the judgment, because I see some mental battles going on. Let's just send her lots of love. So yeah, that's what I have for you all. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.